All right, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2, Episode 7. We finally find out what those drawings mean. And apparently the reason they were never able to figure it out was because it was always 2D. They was just drawing it 2D, painting it, carving it, and that's why they never been able to understand it. But the one character who was able to build it in a three-dimensional way, they finally, clue in. It's like, oh, it's not a map or some kind of secret code. It's just a blueprint of a city. And I understand, like, okay, there has to be a blueprint of the sky views. Like, okay, this is how it's gonna look from up here. But at the same time, shouldn't there have been this blueprint of the side view of how the city's supposed to look? Now, I don't know as to why only certain people had images of the side view, how it looks three-dimensional, while everyone else just had a two-dimensional view of the, how it looks from the sky. But either way, there it is. Apparently, this alien that they all got their blood from had this very big, huge craving of going to this city. And at first, I'm thinking, like, okay, why was he on Earth in the first place then if he wanted to get to the city? Because obviously it should be an alien city. However, Coulson mentions, like, okay, how Hydra is after, the same thing. They don't know it's a city though, unlike we do. So we have to find it first. Now I'm questioning as to where this city is. Is it in space? Because, it was, of course, an alien who wanted to go to the city in the first place, or is the city actually on Earth somewhere that maybe they've never been discovered, or they just don't know if, the city he was thinking of was a city, that was already on Earth before the aliens got there. Because if the city is in space, like a different planet, how are they gonna find it first? Are they gonna take Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. into space now? It's gonna be Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in space with, like, meeting new aliens or something like that, because that's kind of a big jump for just the second season. Or is the city actually on Earth? Like, is it a human city that was, actually made by aliens? Because if that's true, that's just ridiculous. Like, so wait, this major city that everyone knows about wasn't actually made by humans? It was made by aliens? Wouldn't someone have noticed that? But then again, like, I don't know. Maybe there are aliens among the humans. I have no idea where this is going. I'm just confused and just questioning constantly where this is going. I will say that Coulson's journey into his memories and trying to find out who this psycho killer, going out there killing the former patients of Project Tahiti are, is just actually pretty terrifying, because he's interviewing all these patients. It's like, oh, they look fine, but eventually they go crazy, like start rioting. It's like some of them start carving into their skin, just going crazy. I need to know what the writings are. It's just like, Jesus Christ. Now maybe his memories are just exaggerating, as sometimes our memories do. Like, to make up for missing information, it'll just, like, overblow certain areas. So maybe that's what's going on. Like, maybe it's not as terrifying as he believes it to be. But either way, the psycho killer was really, not that interesting. He was just constantly being driven to find out what, the drawings mean, and he's killing them. And the only reason he's doing that is because he believes the key to remembering is pain. Now, he mentioned that he realized this when he first started cutting himself. Now, why he started cutting himself before he even knew he wanted to is beyond me. They never answered that question. But either way, so he believed, like, the only way to do so is to start cutting everyone else. It's like, oh, you're a former patient of Tahiti, remember, and like, do you remember it yet? Oh, you're dead. Shit. Well, I'll just keep going, and I'll just find the next Tahiti patient, start cutting him, see if he remembers. It's like, there had to be better ways to force them to remember, like, instead of killing them. But either way, he's crazy, alien blood and all that. And even Coulson's decision to lock away Sky and go after the guy by himself was, again, kind of questionable. Maybe it was just the alien blood in him, confusing him and driving him kind of bad. He's like, oh, I don't know what to do. It's like, I'm panicking. I just need to go over there. And not enough time to convince the others. And questions. It's like, no, it's like, gotta go. But again, it kind of resolved itself near the end, so I guess it's all good. And he even had to give a speech to all of his agents like, look, I know I've been acting weird the last couple of weeks, and I'm sending you on these weird missions with barely an explanation, but it's all good now. I'm not crazy anymore. It's like, the fact that you were crazy once is already a good sign that maybe I should not listen to your orders every now and then. That's just saying. But either way, the only other plot point that was interesting was Ward's, and everyone hunting him down. So it was kind of funny because at first I thought, I was like, oh no, is he joining S.H.I.E.L.D. Hydra again? It's like because he's meeting with them in this little bar. It's like, damn it, Ward, you just barely escaped. But then he captures, kind of Whitehall's right hand man. I suppose he's always been there, so I assume he's his right hand man, and gives him to S.H.I.E.L.D. It's like, here's a present from me to you. So it makes me happy to see, like, okay, Ward is serious about apologizing and making up for his past mistakes. He realizes that he was kind of brainwashed into working for Hydra. Not in the usual way of just, images and stuff like that, but he was just brainwashed by given promises of a life, of protection, of power, so he can never be used again. But he was, either way, by Hydra. And I like how, even though S.H.I.E.L.D. is constantly chasing him, he's still going to find the time to give them presents from Hydra's. Like, here's a weapon that Hydra stole, or here's an agent of Hydra. Here, you can capture him and interrogate him. Go ahead. And despite the fact that S.H.I.E.L.D. still does not believe him and still going to go after him all gun-ho. It's like, yeah, we're ready to kill you if it comes to that. So it really just shows the strength of Ward, not just, physical, but mental. It's like, all my friends hate me, they want to kill me, but I'm still going to do what I can to help them in my own way. So, like, I applaud you, Ward. I applaud you. But either way, it looks like he's going after the Senator, his brother. So whether or not the Senator is actually going to be a villain for the season, it's going to be Ward's villain. It's like, he's the guy who has to overcome. It's like, you made my life miserable as a kid. You're the one who made it possible for me to be brainwashed in such a way that I betrayed, the only real friends I ever had. So I have to bring you down, or at least show you all the pain and misery you've caused me. So really, the confrontation between those two brothers is going to be amazing. I'm going to love that. And like I said, finding the city, I'm still not sure as to what that means. If the city is on Earth, if the city is in space, if the city was built by aliens or was built by humans who was being mind controlled by aliens, I have no idea. It's just confusing me and making me question as to what this series is going to take us on for the whole alien plot line. But either way, it's interesting. It's keeping me interested. It's grasping me. It's like, okay, where's this gonna go? I can't wait to find out. So hopefully, everything's resolved in a very sensible and reasonable way. Because if it's just aliens, so of course there is no need for explanation. It's just aliens did it. It's like, no, don't do that. Hopefully it doesn't go that way. But either way, great episode. Loved it. Action packed. Can't wait for the next one. Till then, I'm Tony Dragon. Bye bye.